Oh yes, beaver tail action, people. That was for you, Craig. Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. By all accounts, I'm supposed to be bringing you a catfish video today. It's a long story. It involves a very high river, a flat tire, and no catfish. But that was yesterday. I don't want to go through that again, so we're not on the river fishing for cats. We're deep in the woods on this track, and we're going to do some mudfish scouting. Check it out. There's a bar ditch running right along this track here. I've never been here before. I've known about it, seen it on the map. I want to check it out, see what it's like. I bet there's some mudfish in there. What is a mudfish? Some of you might know that. It's what some people call bowfin, shoepick, grindle. Grindle is another name. Let's go looking, man. Come on. So we're over here where the bar ditch starts, and I don't see any activity. It's not very deep here. So we're gonna ride along, see if we see fish activity or places where it's deeper. Oh, as we come along, it does get deeper. It is 4 o'clock right now. We don't have a lot of time to scout this. Might not be able to scout all of it. We'll find a good place to start fishing. Sunset is at 6:24. Dusk is around 7. Let's stop here for a second. This water doesn't look very good. Ooh, it's got bait in it though. It's very stagnant, but believe it or not, bowfin can live in this kind of water. We're gonna start by working this Cinco. It's a June bug. Really slow around structure like this deadfall. See if there's a mudfish hiding up underneath it. I'm gonna work my way down it. It goes for a long ways. I don't think I have enough time to do the whole thing like I said before. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to ride a lot of this because this track is used by horses and pigs as well. Somebody's been riding pigs through here, and they're feral hogs. So we're gonna have to walk because it's kind of tore up in this area. Ooh, there's something. All right, so we're almost at the end of this. We're gonna leave the bike right here where it's at. I've switched baits. We got a black and blue bandito bug on. This connects with a slough down here where it ends. And that slough is moving right now because we have high water from the Sabine and everything else that's dumping into the Sabine right here in this bottom area that we're in. The river is at 15 still today, which is pretty high. It's out of its banks in a lot of places. So we're gonna walk down here to the end and check it out. As far as scouting sessions go, this one's not going too well because it's missing one thing, fish. Let's see if we can change that. The closer I get to the slough on this bar ditch, the wider it gets and the more lively it becomes. But so far, no big fish activity as I walk towards the slough. But there's a lot of bait and there's a lot of turtles. There's also beaver activity along here. This is some beaver activity that we're seeing right here, this deadfall. By all accounts, there should be big fish up in here, coming up in here to eat, but they might be closer to the slough. This black and blue bandito bug should be better because it's a darker color than what I started with, and it's more compact. So if we do get hit by a shoe pick, he's going to contact with that hook before he cuts my bait in half. But Cincos do work for bowfin. What are these beaver up to? Look at this. Not really a dam, is it? I'm really just guessing that beaver have done this because a lot of the ends of the wood. See this? Whoa. I moved that stick and a bunch of stuff moved in the water. Yeah, this is a beaver lodge, little tiny one, little beaver condo. There's something in here. We're real close to sunset too. Big shoe pick just broke the water over there off that grass. Oh, something just knocked me. Where's my bait? There we go. Got him. Got something. Oh, you're not a shoe pick. Look at you. The best scouting missions end up with fish on the end of my line. Yeah, you're right. Maybe a pound, maybe a pound. That was pretty cool. I knew he was with me because I couldn't feel the bait anymore. He just grabbed it and was swimming into me. Nice. We're gonna let this one go. We're right at a culvert. Let's go down to the end. I keep looking back to see if anybody's coming down this trail because all my stuff is back there. All I keep seeing is Bigfoot in the distance. This is that area in Texas where people thought they were seeing Bigfoot. And this is where it ends. The road keeps going this way, or the track, whatever you want to call it. We're not going that way because it gets really, really muddy. There's standing water on it. I didn't want to bring the bike all the way down here because it's such a chore. I can still see the bike, but if you put your ears in this direction, hopefully you can hear on the audio. We got some current coming through from where the sun is, coming across here. It's not coming into here, but there is some fish activity out there. But of course, in my way is a lot of brush. See a big tree going across there, well, a stick, big with a bunch of limbs coming off it, and then a bunch of heavy grass there. I already come down here a few minutes ago. I wasn't filming it, and then I went and changed my bait. I did see gar here. So the best scouting missions end up with a fish on the end of the line. The even better ones end up with 2 fish. So let's see if we can get that done. So far, I like it. At first, when I came down and got to the beginning of this bar ditch, I was like, oh no, it's stagnant. But the further I came down, the better it looks. Of course, it's chocolate milk, but that's why we're using the dark baits. And so far, Bigfoot hasn't started messing with my bike and trailer down there. I'm more worried about meth heads on horseback. Did you guys get a look at that? That's the bandito bug. I'm gonna see how close I can get to the slough. It's a little soft over here, a little tore up by pigs and gators and beavers, but here's where the current is. Oh, and the ants too. Now this probably doesn't look like this all year round. We got a lot of high water right now, but it's coming down. It was higher a couple days ago, hence why it's this color. This is all draining down into the Sabine River, which isn't far from us, but we're not going to go all the way there because the closer we get to the Sabine today, the more the water's going to be closer to my hip, and I don't even want to get it close to my big toe. I'm going to see if I can walk down this to where we hear that rushing water noise. We might be getting into some deep mud here in about 5 seconds. I don't know how trustworthy this is right here. I don't have the mud boots on. That rushing water noise is going through all them trees. I would say it might be 4 feet deep right there. So I'm walking back to the bike because we're real close to sunset and I need to get out of here when that happens. And I'm seeing a lot of activity along here. This is the stretch where we caught the first fish along this grass. So what I'm learning here is that I got to come almost all the way down to the slough to find decent fishing. And I did see a big bowfin break the water along the grass. Now bowfin like to hang out in front of vegetation like that. And this stretch here is wide. It's deep enough right now to hold fish, and it's got some fish in it. And it's got features the fish I'm looking for like. And at sunset, we're getting more activity. So we're gonna keep fishing till we absolutely have to get out of here. All right, guys, I'm gonna close the video out right here because I have the light to do it. If you see more fish before this, then it's not a one fish video, but if you're not, it's a one fish video. So we're gonna turn the bike around and come out of here slow. If we see activity, we'll stop and we'll hit it. But other than that, I think this spot that I scouted today is going to be promising later down the line. I'm definitely going to come back. I think the whole reason why it's promising for shoepick and bass, of course, is because it is connected to that slough down there. So fish can get up in here. We're not just coming to a bar ditch hoping that there's fish in it. We're coming to a bar ditch that fish can get into. And it's got all the features that shoepick and bass too like. It's got bait. It's got structure. I'm getting tired. All right. Like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. This trail is like the moon with gravity.